Hello everybody and welcome to another Valentines Series episode. I want to share with you how I put together these medallions using files from the Silhouette store. And I will tell you what they are in a minute, but I also wanted to share with you some of the cuts. I just bought a few more files from the Silhouette store. And well, first off, let me just say what brought me to buying any files today. I was actually looking for some dies, looking for that bow die that I first saw the bow in person on Marquisha's loaded envelope. Then I saw it again today on Ginger's loaded envelope, and then I'm like, I got to get this die. And although the same exact one that Marquisha had wasn't available, they had two other sizes, but I was kind of weary of getting them. I didn't know if I wanted the sizes that they did have because I really liked that little one she had. Anyway, I searched everywhere. They were sold out for that particular size. They did have other sizes available. And then I wanted to look for the Scribbles die set from Tim Holtz. I'm not sure if that's the actual name, but it comes with the scribbled heart and circle and some other things. I honestly only wanted the scribble heart, and I didn't want to buy the whole set, and I saw the price for it. I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna wait. So then I decided, let me go and look into the Silhouette store and see if they have anything similar to that bow die and that scribble. They didn't have any kind of scalloped bow. They had one, but it was just like a plain scallop on the outside, and that's it. It didn't have like the little lacy type of holes in it and everything. So what I did find was this, a Scribbles heart, which is close enough for me. I had to cut it a couple of times. I'm having issues with my mat. It's not sticking as much, and then trying to get the right weight for this heavyweight cardstock from Hobby Lobby. So I did cut it twice. The first time I had to toss it, but I did find a Scribbles heart, which I'm gonna look it up right now and see. I should have had it ready, but I also found a Scribbles like circle type thing. Now this one wasn't cutting out at all. It cut out like this, which is a lot better than the first try. As you can see, I kind of ripped it because I shrunk it down. Probably just a little bit bigger might be better. Plus, again, my mat isn't sticking as well, so it's not grabbing my paper right. And then I'm not sure if I have the right settings for this thickness of paper. But even so, I probably could still use this because I can always cover that area. So they also have some other kinds of Scribbles cuts, but I just got these two because I thought I could use better, and they're only 99 cents regular price. So I just didn't want to wait for another 50% sale at the store because I'm not sure when they're gonna have one. So I'm really excited about this, and I like the size, which I don't know what size it is. I just shrink things down to what the mat measurements, within like 2 inches, 3 inches. I think this one was just about 3 inches this way. At the same time, I also picked up this, which I made large. Or did I have this? No, I had picked this up a while ago. So I made a large band. It reminds me of one of those dies that they sell out there. I forgot which one, but I cut that twice, and I figured I could layer them together or do them separately. It's 2 shades of pink. So I thought that was fun. I'll give you the file names in a minute as soon as I get my computer going here. Why is this so small? I think we froze again. Okay, so where is my account? Then I don't know if I had this or I just bought it, because I bought several files today. I didn't cut them all, just a few of them. But I had this medallion or rosette file. I'm trying to look for my designs. Okay, and this was like with the Valentine stuff. It gives you the strip that you fold up and make a rosette like this, it gives you a circle, and it gives you 2 sizes of hearts that you can layer. Okay, so I did put one together, and if you could see the edges, this is why it was in the Valentine section also, is these are little hearts. I have another die, or not a die, I'm sorry, a file that does this with the heart cut out like that, and then these are heart shapes on the outside. So you see the difference? Really cute. And I could made it you know, a smaller one where I could layer the two, but I pretty much made this to fit the length of an 8.5 by 11, so the length of the 11 inches, but just slightly shorter so I don't cut off my mat or off the paper. Don't have exact measurements, but that's how that looks. And I will give you the files in a minute. So I just use a circle on the back to hold it, and then the front use the heart, even though I'll probably be covering that up. And then the other thing that I got was previously I had purchased a tassel making file, and it gives you 2, and I think it's the same size. Yeah, it is. It just gives you 2 shapes like this, but they're a lot bigger when you open them up. So I shrunk those down on the 8.5 inch width, just shorter than that, because this was in underneath here. So when I cut everything out, maybe about 2 inches or so shorter, so maybe 6 or something like that. Let me see. 6.5 inches in length this way. What I mean, you can't tell here, but I just wish that they just, instead of cutting out each little slot in there, to just make line cuts, you know. So, but it still came out cute. I put one together, and I'll do one on camera, and that's a good size. It didn't need to be so big. I mean, this opened up really big, and as you can see, I did have trouble the first time around, so I'm not going to use that one. This one I had trouble, but I was able to kind of clean it up and use it. I mean, maybe I could, I don't know. It's kind of really... Anyway, so let me go ahead and tell you the file numbers first, and then I'll put together a couple of these things for you. This one here, which looks like this unfolded, is called Heart Edged Rosette Medallion. And it is, the design ID is 141305. Okay, so that's this one here. And it makes this. Of course, what they did was they put this was on the back, and then they layered the 2 hearts, which would be like this, but they just used different design papers so you could see the layers. I might just maybe put the other color here. Where is it? I know I have, here it is. Just so you can kind of see a little bit of contrast. Right there. Okay, so that was that file. Let me go back and to give you the other file numbers, if my computer is working. Am I still online? Everything is so slow in the Silhouette store. Okay, so now let me find, okay, here's the, it's called Scribbly Heart, and it's 174517. It opens up a lot larger than this, so I shrunk it down to a good, like, project size, like for a card or something. And like I said, it's close enough for me to that Tim Holtz one. And then let me see if I could find the circular one. This one here, it's very thin, so you probably should make it a little bigger than what I got here, because I mean, look at how thin this piece is. It's like string. It's called Doodle Circle Frame / Embellishment, and it design ID number is 68077. And I think I also need a new blade. I had that blade for a while, so I think all of that, you know, made it a little harder to do the first batch. Alright, what else do I need to share? This one here, let me see, or the banner. I bought so many today. Let's see. Okay, so the tassel, which I previously bought, oh, I see why they give you two. The reason why they give you two is because in the picture here they're showing two colors in one, so they would actually put the two together and then roll it together, and that's probably why there's a space in between, so that you can actually see the under color. That's why. It's called Party Tassels. Actually, this is by Teresa Collins, and the design ID is 136679. And now I totally understand why they give you two. Okay, and then the banner, this thing right here, which I love. I'll definitely make it smaller. I just wanted to see how it looks big. This would be cool on a large card, or in front of a pocket, a loaded pocket or loaded envelope. Even on a flip book, which I haven't done in a long time. I might want to do a flip book for Valentine's. So this, sorry about my phone. This one is called Banner Hearts. This one's actually a Lori Whitlock design, and it is design number or ID number 1567. No, I'm sorry, scratch that. Design ID number is 15667. Alright, so those are the only ones I'm going to share with you today. And now let's go ahead and put together one of the tassels and the rosette. Okay? And I do share this in a separate video somewhere in the beginning of my series, I believe. The file for this one. I just didn't put it together. Alright, so this is what we're going to do right there. And it's very, very easy. I did have to go, some of the little pieces here, you know, didn't come out, so I just went and pushed them out. Make sure they were all out before I put it together. And it really doesn't matter which end you start at or which way you fold. You do need some kind of wet glue to start off. I don't like to use the hot glue to start it off because it just gets a little bulky there. I only use the hot glue to stick it together once I put it together. You'll see what I mean. So right now I'm just going to fold back and forth all the little parts where there's, it has fold marks that the machine cut for me, you know, just little dashes or whatever they're called, and that way you can easily fold it. And I'm telling you, this is really thick cardstock. I didn't believe how thick it was. I know it says heavyweight, but I mean, I could feel it in my hands. It's like, it's thick. It's really good, actually. So I just gotta play with my settings on my Silhouette software, just to make sure I don't waste paper with all the mistakes that I make. I've had it for a while. I know I've used it a lot, but I'm still learning how to use it. So, yeah. I learned from my mistakes. That last one's hard. Okay. Alright, so got that. Now what I'm going to do is, it has this one end here, and then it has the other one that goes in the other direction so that you can slip it together and close it right there. So it doesn't matter which one you glue. You can either glue in here on the outside part here or on the underneath part here. You just have to glue one end. And again, I like to use the wet glue. You could use whatever you like. So I'm just going to put a little bit. Try not to get too crazy. Just enough to grab. Okay. And then slide the other one on top. And right here, I kind of like to just put everything together and make sure that they're all even. Like up here in the bottom here. And then I just kind of sandwich it all and just kind of hold until I know it, you know, it's grabbed. Okay, and then I'll check, because now I can't even tell where my seam is. Alright, so now we're going to grab our circle, and here I'm just going to try to get everything to be like a nice little circle there. Now you're going to turn it upside down. This is the part where you're going to close this, push, hang on to it. You're going to put your hot glue, and then you're going to put that down. and there is a slight opening. Sometimes you have to push it in to close it, but because we only use one strip of this that was close to 11 inches, it's short enough to where that's as far as that is going to go. It's not going to go any closer, you know what I mean? The hole's not going to get any smaller, so you don't have to really push. But when you add more strips and you have a longer piece, you're going to have a bigger hole, which you're going to want to kind of close it off as much as you can. I'm only using one strip, but you could use more and have a bigger looking, oh my gosh, this thing is not in the right place. I didn't fix this right. Okay, so I'm going to leave this upside down like that, ready to push down. I'm going to, of course I don't have enough glue right now. Never ready. Alright, we're going to put our glue, and if you have pattern paper that you're using, make sure the side that you don't care about is the part that you're putting glue on. That's the side you're not going to see. Just put enough on there. Push this down, slide it down or whatever, and then just put down your piece in the middle. Hold it long enough for it to just grab, and that's it. Now, I always like to just finish and put that other piece on the back, because as you can see, it's kind of soft there. And we're just going to put our larger heart down. And then it'll stay all nice and put and secure. And again, if you do have a pattern paper that you care about which direction this goes, just make sure you watch that. If it has to be up, make sure your heart is up. For me, I don't think it matters as far as the front, because most likely all that is going to get covered up. So there's my finished rosette. Isn't it cute? And it's a nice size. Remember, I just measured according to the space on my mat on the screen and just made it slightly shorter than the 11 inches in length, and it gives me this size rosette, which is really, really nice to put on a straw. And this is a white straw that I found online. I'm not going to make that today. I just wanted to make a few more rosettes. Alright, so then the next one, I'll put this aside here, is my little tassel. So this is my tassel that I made, and it's really super easy once you've cut it out. And I think I got all the pieces out. Yeah, this one came out nice and clean. Just a little bit right here, but I could start from the middle. So again, in the picture online through the Silhouette store, they have two colors. That's because they cut it out of two different colored papers and put them together, and then they rolled them. And they probably did it so that you see this through the little slits, but I'm just going to use the one. I don't need to do that. And what I did last time, in order to get my paper going, I just used this little sponge dauber and wrapped everything first on there, just to get the paper in that shape that I want to do later. Okay, and this is how you can make a cute little witch's broom too, which I'll probably be doing for Halloween. Alright, so now we want to make it a little tighter, so I'm just going to try to pinch it a little more. And I'm just leaving a teeny tiny hole there, just because I know I'm going to want to stick like a what do you call it? An eye pin. So I'm going to get it slightly started, just a little bit. Now I want to put a little bit of hot glue, or you can use your wet glue, but I'm just going to use my hot glue there, and then just continue rolling. I don't have to put it all the way through. I'm just going to do it here and there, like maybe one more now. You don't want to put too much bulk with the hot glue. And then let me just do another one over here, just a little bit. And then I'm going to do one more at the end. Okay. And that's it. And then, you know, once you've put in your stick pin, or whatever that's called, eye pin, you can put a bead cap, you can put tape around this, to finish it off, you just kind of flare it out. And you got yourself a really cute, I mean, you can flare as much as you want. A really cute paper tassel. And you can make a ton of these with your files if you have a silhouette. Or I guess you can do this with your Cricut too. I don't know. I don't know if the Cricut works the same way. But you know, you could look for files if you like. So you see this one didn't come out all the way, but they are pulling off these little pieces in here. Anyway, so that's what I have for you today. Thank you all for watching and following my series. I don't know how much more I have to go. I still haven't done my cards yet, which I need to do. So hopefully that's what I'll do next. But hubby will be home probably the next couple of days, so that usually kind of slows me down in the crafting department. So we'll see what else I can share with you next. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.